Today we set out to answer that age-old question. Which is better, bolter or burst cannon? Can the Imperial Fists smash their way through the defense lines of the Tau Empire? Or will the greater good prevail and bring yet another planet into the fold? Will Tor Garadon be triumphant? Or will Commander Farsight fling the Fists Imperial back into the void? Find out next in this 40K in 40 minutes. Greetings 40K fans, JT the Voice here, welcoming you to yet another battle of favorites. Favorite players, Nick and Steve, play their favorite armies, Tau and Space Marines. The experimental prototype cadre takes on the Anvil siege force in what promises to be a real humdinger of a hoedown.
Welcome, big old fists! It's Tau time! Hey everybody, this is Space Marine Steve here at Play on Tabletop in the studio again, and I'm so excited to be here. Today I'm playing my Imperial Fists, the bright yellow boys. It's just one big fist bump right into the nose of a Tau player. Actually, my list is pretty much all chonk. I'm really excited about it. Big, thick guys. I've got Tor Garadon leading the charge. I have got an Apothecary Biologis, a big brick of heavy intercessors. I've got a repulsor executioner, and that thing is just to lay down a wild hail of fire. My overall game plan is to stand still and shoot a lot. I'm gonna outshoot the shootiest army in the game.
So Steve thinks he's gonna outgun me, eh? Well, Steve, welcome to the gun show. I'm playing the Tau today. I'm playing one of the new detachments that GW just released for us. This is an experimental prototype detachment where I get experimental weapons. I get plus 6 inches to all of my guns. All this stuff is really fantastic for my battlesuits, for the breachers. Breachers can be amazing now. I'm playing a hammerhead. One really long range, really high powered shot. I'm bringing a sky ray, lots of missiles, lots of damage. Did I bring enough guns? Probably. I'm excited Steve gets to experience the full might of the Tau Empire.
It's gonna feel really good to win this game. Have a great game, Nick.
A Space Marine army thinking they can outgun the Tau is like a fish thinking it can fly. Yeah, and I realized I just made a fish joke.
Today's mission is supply drop. Players will randomly select 2 different objective markers in no man's land at the start of the game. At the top of turn 4, the Alpha will be removed. On the top of turn 5, only the Omega will be left in no man's land. On turns 2 and 3, they're worth 5 each. On turn 4, they're worth 8 each. And on turn 5, it's a big 15 points. Rapid escalation is our mission's special rule. Each player can set up battle line units from strategic reserves in the reinforcement step of their first movement phase. But no model in those units can be set up within the enemy deployment zone.
You brought a sword to a gunfight. Steve, we're playing another game of 40K today. We've got a game out on the table here. We're playing 2 very gun-heavy armies. Shots flying across the board. I can't be more excited.
Yes, I'm very excited.
I won the roll-off, so I get to decide who deploys first. And I'm gonna say you can deploy first.
Great. Well, a unit of heavy intercessors sitting on this objective.
Well, let's start with some breachers.
Squad of Eradicators are down here.
So that's a ghost keel going over there.
Squad of jump intercessors.
Let's go with another breacher fish.
Squad of infiltrators.
Unit of Vespid, and they're gonna hide behind this building way back here. In fact, they're gonna be on the objective, just in case I need to move up.
Repulsor executioner.
Unit of stealth suits.
A gigantic pack of heavy intercessors, led by Tor Garadon. He's really, really angry versus vehicles.
I've got a lot of vehicles, like a lot.
I want the camera to move in just a little bit on me. Nick didn't really digest what I just said. That's gonna come up later, and Nick is gonna wildly react to that reality.
I think that's probably accurate. I'm gonna deploy my other unit of stealth suits, hiding behind the wall over here. My Melta suits, and I'm gonna put them over here. They have a cold star attached to them. Rail suits. Missile broadsides, missile sides. Missiles.
My Aggressor Squad, along with a Biologis, are going inside of the Crusader.
He's got his Eradicators inside his Executioner. Both squads of Inceptors and the Vindicator will start in reserve. Farsight and the Starsight squads will be in Deep Strike. Both of these armies shoot very, very well. However, Nick has the ability to be a lot quicker than Steve does. This is going to be a very interesting back and forth as the players decide which objectives to fight over and win. If you get stuck on the wrong side of the table from that Omega objective, it may very well cost you the match.
Quick note of terrain, these are counting as 2 inches or less so we can drive over top of them. And we are gonna treat the first floor windows and doors as being blocks so you can't see through them.
Okay, so we have to roll for our Alpha and Omega objectives. So we're gonna roll for the Alpha one first. This is the one that leaves right before turn 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, I want that one. No, I want that one to disappear. Yeah.
The one in the middle is disappearing right before round 4.
Now we're gonna roll for the Omega objective. That's the ones that's gonna stay at the end of the game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent.
I wanted this one because you're deployed over here and your stuff isn't as fast as mine.
So ready for
but now we also fight over this one.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at GameMat.eu. Turn your tabletop into a real battlefield with GameMat.eu. With their premium battle mats, game mats, or play mats, and pre-painted tabletop scenery, you're ready for battle straight out of the box. Suitable for war games and board games like Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, Necromunda, Star Wars Legion, X-Wing, and many, many others. Plus, they have all sorts of hobby supplies and games, and the amazing fold-up tables, the G-Board and the G-Board Ultra. Make sure to check out GameMat.eu at the link in the description below and help them build your next battleground.
I'm kind of deployed for going first.
You better hope you go first.
Because then I can reposition and hopefully get a few shots off and take some objective play.
I want to go second, so they make you come out of your... I want you to come this way a little bit.
Who's going first? Ah, I'm orange dice.
You get to go first.
Nick is going first. That may prove to be advantage Steve in this one, as he'll have the last crack at that 15 points.
Have yourself a really good game, Nick. It's good to see you again.
Good luck, Steve. It is great to see you as well.
And we each gain a command point.
Yeah, it's going up to 1 for myself, 1 for you.
Nick has drawn his secondaries here, marked for death.
Ooh. What would you like to mark for death?
The 5-man unit of Intercessors.
Are those heavy intercessors?
They are. Heavy Intercessors, and then the Land Raider.
And he's pulled Extend Battle Lines.
So Extend Battle Lines is going to be good. Mark for death is going to be tough. Oh, I'm actually nervous.
If I were you, I'd also be nervous.
Nick does have a couple, just a couple, of our patron named character tier models. Shasvray Maeve is the white crisis suit. Shasvray Borkan Ortano is that red crisis suit. Tyr Raven is the broadside. Rosgriz is the broadside with the cool deadly print effect. Hawkeye is the hammerhead. And Chasso Viola Shawan is the ghost keel. We love having your models on our table.
So the big debate about this turn is how aggressive do I get? I'm known for being a little hasty, a little overzealous. Steve's hidden really well. I think that would be a poor life choice. I'm going to try to take out that tank this turn. So let's start off with a lateral movement.
Hammerhead sliding to the right. Looks like Hawkeye is going to get some shots. Chasso Viola Shawan, the ghost keel, is moving up to shoot as well.
This detachment actually has a stratagem to make one of my units an 18-inch lone op.
Cool. That's when I target it.
Slightly touching the objective. The troops are going to stay inside.
Stealth suits have replaced the ghost keel as their objective holder.
Broadsides are just going to move up a little bit. You give me very little to shoot at this turn.
Yes.
Vespid are going to advance.
Battlesuits shuffling back to his home objective.
Let's go into shooting phase.
I love it.
Hawkeye, the hammerhead, starting us off here, splitting fire, indirect into the heavy intercessors and the railgun into the repulsor, as well as the seeker missiles.
Ghost Keel is going to guide him.
Steve with the armor of contempt to try to save it.
One big giant railgun shot first, going to a 3 because of being guided, then going to our 2 because we're a monster vehicle. On a 2! I got a 4, so I hit. I need a 3, but I can re-roll the wound roll because of the targeting array on the vehicle. What I really want is a 6 for devastating wounds. Come on! It's a 2. 3! Got the 4.
6 up. No.
D6 plus 6 damage, potentially killing it right here. I got a 2.
8.
A 2 is worth a re-roll, so I'm gonna use my command point and hopefully not get a 1. Now that I said it, it's gonna happen, right?
Probably, yeah.
I got a 4, a bit better. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
6 wounds remaining on the big guy.
Smart missile system at the infantry. So 1 hit, no wounds, but it's twin linked. That's no wounds.
Feels good.
Ghost Keel now can Chasso Viola Shawan take down the Executioner. It cannot!
Oh, you got it! So he whiffed hard, unfortunately, and your tank is still alive. Oh, the repulsor just lives. It's smoking a little bit.
That's
Big
fine.
hole in the side of it.
It'll be all right. Nothing died. I'm feeling good.
And with that, I end my turn.
Nick discards Marked for Death for a command point to go up to 1. He scores Extend Battle Lines for 5. It is 5-0, 1 command point, Nick, none for Steve, as we head to Steve's turn 1.
I'm very curious to see if you're gonna be aggressive or defensive here. This is a big deal.
So we each gain a command point.
I'm gonna go up to 2.
The cards I draw are no prisoners and bring it down. You have lots of bring it down targets.
All of those suits are bring it down points. Steve's chosen Oath of Moment for the stealth suits on the left side. Oh no, the repulsor is battle shocked.
I need to make sure that I do a bunch of damage, hopefully multiple units, which works really well with my no prisoners. Let's get a little aggressive. You know what I mean?
I'd like to see Steve be aggressive. Usually he's so defensive player.
Jump intercessors are forward.
Infiltrators move up underneath the building there.
And onto the objective.
Land Raider just off the objective.
Aggressively moving up.
Heavy intercessors doing the heavy armor shuffle. Eradicators move up to get shots on the Devilfish.
I also want to position in such a way that it makes him get aggressive. Nick is easily excitable.
The repulsor executioner moves up and dumps out its cargo of eradicators.
Well, that's a little scary.
Yeah, let's just make magic happen. I'm gonna take the eradicators and they're gonna shoot right downtown into your Devilfish.
Anti-vehicle monster specialists, here we go. Eradicators into the Devilfish. 10 wounds, wow.
That leaves me with 3 wounds remaining.
Land Raider now picks up the Devilfish. No explosion, and 2 of the breachers have died on the emergency disembark.
I'll put 1 guy on the objective.
Heavy intercessors into the breachers now. 2 go down.
That was pretty bad for them. I was looking forward to using them. Yeah.
But no.
Eradicators into the Ghost Keel.
So multi-melta hits on 4s, now on 5s because of stealth. Rerolling because of your vehicle.
It's always useful.
So 1 hit so far. On 3s, then to 4s with the melta rifles. Rerolling because of your vehicle. So 2 hits. On 3s, rerolling. So 2 AP4s, D6 plus 2 damage.
Both of the Ghost Keel's drones are going to be used to, once per battle, get rid of that damage, so blank the damage from that weapon.
Repulsor fires everything into the stealth drones. Nick with reactive impact dampeners for a command point, trying to cancel the Oath's +1 to wound. Does not help, they are gone.
No points for Nikki.
But you had to pump a tank into stealth suits.
Charge phase. Jump intercessors are gonna charge into the breachers. I need a 9.
Oh, come on, please! Oh, he gets it!
With a 10!
This might be your game.
Just a single wound from Hammer of Wrath. Repulsor fails to reach the Ghost Keel.
And then they attack you. 6 AP minus 1s, 1 damage apiece.
6 5-ups, here we go! I rolled really well and stopped 3 of them. 3 dead. Oh, you still have a Power Fist.
Bunch of hits. 2 AP minus 2s.
Neither. It's just the Cadre Fireblade left. The unit is dead. Would you like to consolidate?
Yes.
He fights back, no joy. Into that round, and the Vespid leave to redeploy next turn, but what a good turn for Steve. 5 points on no prisoners, 2 on Bring It Down takes him to 7. Both players sit at a command point as we head to turn 2.
I'm sitting on like 3 of 5 objectives. He's sitting on none.
He's all in the open now. Rue the day that he challenged the Tau to a gunfight. Yeah. And you've well zoned me out back there, that even though I have 2 units I can deep strike,
Nick's pulled behind enemy lines and engaged on all fronts.
both of these require me to get into Steve's deployment zone. Ideally, I get 0 in primary. I'm gonna go up to 2 command points.
Yep, I also go up to 2 command points.
All right, I think it's gonna be time to be aggressive here. It's the time to go all in. Well, let's go into the movement phase. They have line of sight on these guys right here. These guys will stay still because then they get heavy in their weapons.
Ghost Keel moving for engage on all fronts. Sunforged Melta suits, only a 1 on their advance.
Stealth suits. The Cadre Fireblade, of course, will fall back. Gonna run away! Ah! Be on the objective. I got nothing else to move, so it's the infantry getting out. Now will you overwatch?
No.
Interesting.
Vespid are in to grab the objective.
And then lastly, Farsight and his unit of flamers will come down.
Starsight with Flamers and Farsight are on the board.
All my stuff's in. Ready to go to the shooting phase?
Yeah.
You ready to get smoked by a bunch of guns?
We'll see what happens, yeah.
You're so confident here. That makes me scared when you're confident.
I'm not confident per se, but I'm confident.
This is my go turn, and if it doesn't work, I'm in trouble.
If you don't do everything you set out to do right now, you're in for a bad time.
Oh, yeah. Let's start the shooting phase with Farsight and his unit of flamers. I'm gonna spend 1 command point. It becomes free because of Farsight's ability, Experimental Weaponry, which allows me to reroll the number of shots for all my weapons in that unit, which because I have 6 flamers, makes a lot of sense. Everything into these Assault Intercessors and clean them up. So flamers first, D6 shots with each one. Gross. And I'm gonna reroll all those 2s and 1s, which gives me slightly better, 21 shots. So on 4s to wound ya, that's not bad. What the frick is that?
I lose 1 guy.
Where's the Steve historical bad rolling?
Farsight kills 2 though. That could have gone better. Ghost Keel now guided by the Hammerhead into the Eradicators. Only 1.
That was rough. Hammerhead, he's gonna fire his big giant gun into their pulsar. The little missiles are going to fire into the Eradicators and try to pick up a few. Big giant gun. It's a 6. Give me another 6 for devastating wounds. Come on, baby. That's a 2. Fails to wound. However, I've got a built-in reroll. Come on! It's a 6. It's devastating! D6 plus 6 damage gives you 10 devastating wounds.
See if it explodes. It does not.
The lore on this says the shot is so fast and so devastating that the exit wound is magnitudes of size bigger than the entrance wound. Guys inside get sucked out because of how intense the firepower is.
Okay.
No damage to the Eradicators, however. Sunforge Meltasuits into the Land Raider without cover. Armor of Contempt from Steve to reduce the incoming armor penetration by 1. Only 1 gets through.
Then the commander's gonna fire into you.
The commander needs to strip 10 wounds off of the Land Raider.
3 normal fusion blasters. 5 to wound, but still get to reroll any fails, which gives me 2. Relic 1 fires at you. It hits you once, rerolls 1s. It hits you once. So when you go 4s rolling, that's another wound. So that's gonna be 3 wounds at -4.
I pass 1, fail 2.
2d6 damage, and I can reroll the damage roll. 10 wounds in total.
Gets it on the nose.
Wow! Barely! Nobody takes any damage from the disembark, but that was extremely lucky.
I was really positive I was going to keep this Land Raider. I gotta live with that now.
To be clear, so you don't confusion, I didn't take shield drones on any of these guys. They all have missile drones.
T-Raven and Rosgriz fail with the rail rifles, but do manage some extra wounds with their secondary guns.
2 Eradicators can still do a massive amount of damage there.
Nick using Threat Assessment Analyzer with the Breachers, sustained and lethal, but hazardous for a command point.
They're gonna be guided by the Devilfish.
Wow! Only a single aggressor goes down.
Steve, what's going on, buddy?
The Cadre Fireblade wounds another. Here comes the hazardous roll. 2 die.
I don't think that was a good trade, I gotta admit. I have misplayed these guys because I should have guided them first. We're gonna go with a Skyray, guided by the broadsides, into the unit of Eradicators back there. A smart missile system into the unit right in front of it.
Skyray into the Eradicators. 2 go down. Jump Intercessors take a single wound only. Devilfish try to take out an aggressor, and he drops 1.
Then these stealth suits who didn't advance either, might as well shoot into the aggressors as well, the only thing they could see. Burst cannons fire away at 4s, and then the 1 melt a shot, which misses.
Missile broadsides now, splitting fire.
The missiles from the suits themselves are your heavy intercessors back there. Plasma rifles, your Eradicator back here.
Experimental ammunition for extra strength and armor penetration. The Eradicator is down. On the heavy intercessors, 1 down, 1 wounded. Ooh, 2 hazardous fails for 6 devastating wounds, but feel no pain, see him only take 3.
I do have a couple charges.
Farsight Squad needs a 9 to the Assault Intercessors.
6, 7, not enough.
Missile sides into the Jump Pack Intercessors, they are in. Ho ho! Broadsides are angry, they've killed the Jump Pack Intercessor. No damage back from Steve, however, rigid discipline on the Jump Pack Intercessor to fall back to the center objective.
Managed to put on a lot of hurt there. Feel like I could have done more,
4 points for engage at all fronts. No behind enemy lines. That's going to get discarded. It's 9 points for Nick with 1 command point to Steve's 7 and no command points.
All in all, not a bad turn. I picked up the Land Raider, I picked up the Repulsor, and I picked up one of the unit's Eradicators. I'm a little nervous of how much firepower could come my way. We'll see if I can weather it.
Bottom of 2. All right.
Oath of Moment on the Sunforged Meltasuits. He's pulled Containment and Sabotage.
Not great. I need to kill you and score later.
Steve using not one step backwards with the Jump Pack Intercessor to double his objective control. That is 5 primary points. Takes him up to 12.
Got a lot of work to do here, Nick. I need to clear these 4 units. It's allowed to be a low-scoring game as long as I win the game.
Command point from Nick on automated repair drones to heal the wounded broadside unit.
So I fix it up full, so he's back up to 8 wounds. Here comes the Infiltrators.
Aggressors are all going to remain stationary.
Oh, you have heavy with everything, right?
Tor Garadon's unit is also going to remain stationary.
Yep, they got lots of targets.
The Jump Pack Intercessor is also going to remain stationary. These heavy intercessors on my home objective are going to advance.
Eradicators move up to get nearer to the Hammerhead.
Oh, here comes the reinforcements.
Vindicator rolls on. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, I love that tank.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Plasma Inceptors are in behind the Devilfish.
And then the second squad will go up here.
Both dropping in to do some work. This could be a big shooting phase for Steve.
Shooting.
Heavy Intercessors only killed 2 Vespid.
Eradicators are going to shoot their multi-melta and melta rifle into the ghost keel. So on force, multi-melta, re-rolling, 2 hits, 3's re-rolling, 2 AP4s.
6 save. I got one of them. How much damage?
Re-rolling for 6 points of damage.
So he's down to 6 wounds remaining.
Infiltrators into the Breachers, kill 1.
First squad of Inceptors is going to overcharge and then shoot into the Oath's Sunforge unit.
Inceptors into the Sunforge suits, 4 go through. That kills 2 suits. No hazardous tests fail.
Then the Vindicator is going to shoot at that exact same squad.
Nick using Neuroweb System Jammer. They're going to be untargetable outside 18. Steve retargets the missile broadsides.
D6 plus 3 shots. Roll on 3s. So 2 AP3s.
4 up saves. Saves one of them, 1 goes through.
D6 damage. 2 hull damage.
6 wounds remaining on the back. Broadside.
Aggressors into the Sunforge suits, 1 left on 1 wound.
Heavy bolt pistol from that guy into the suit.
I've got 1 wound left.
On 2s. It hits. 4s because of the Oath. 1 AP1.
Okay, on a 4 up.
Yes.
I fail it! He dies.
Stealth suits tanking the Inceptor shots.
My heavy intercessor unit is going to shoot.
Oh, it hasn't fired yet.
I got split fire to victory. 2 of them are going to shoot into the breachers. 5 of them are going to shoot into the stealth suits. And then the remainder of them are shooting into the broadsides.
This is the epitome of a split fire to victory.
Nick keeps saying this sentence, your models won't do cool things unless you give them the opportunity to do cool things.
Steve, this is your moment.
Ooh, this is an epic split fire. 5 into the stealth suits. 1 on a wound. The rest into the missile broadsides. 1's gone, 1's on 2 wounds.
Oh, each one of those is 4 damage.
Yeah.
Wow!
Everyone zoom in. At the very beginning of the game, Nick did digest what I told him.
Nope, he did not.
I do have a charge phase and I'm gonna do my best.
Charge phase now, here we go. Aggressors into the breachers, success. Infiltrators in as well.
The breachers are surrounded. I think they've lost that objective. What do you think?
Probably.
He's debating on the charge into the fireblade of the broadside here. I think he may as well go for it.
We're going bigger, we're going home, into the broadside. Huh.
In, no joy on Hammer of Wrath though.
Should have just gone for the little guy.
You want the big play.
I do want the big play.
If you don't give your models opportunities to do cool things, they never will.
Eradicators reach the Vespid. Success.
I was really hoping you wouldn't, but you made it in.
This is big. Eradicators into Vespid. Oh wow, the Vespid have lived. Jump back Intercessor now. 2 damage into the broadside. That is not enough.
And that's why that wasn't smart, everyone, because that would have killed the little guy.
The aggressors have ended the breacher threat.
Fall into the Devilfish.
Infiltrators do 2 wounds to the Devilfish.
I'm down to 11 wounds with that Devilfish. I fight you back. You've got 1 wound over here and 1 wound over here. If I can take you off either of these, I can then consolidate onto the objective and take it. If I take you off both of these in close combat,
The missile side can't kill the Jump Pack Intercessor. Oh wow! A Vespid has killed the 1-wound Eradicator. That's really big.
This Vespid can now consolidate onto the objective, taking it away from you.
That is too bad.
Steve discards Sabotage and discards Containment. He's going to get a command point for that. Still only 12 points. Not the best secondaries to draw on a go turn. However, he has the lead as we head to Nick's turn 3.
I hate that you have got like the broadside on like 2 wounds and this guy on 1 wound, and I didn't quite lift this unit. Fingers crossed I am able to survive this clapback that he's got in turn 3. Something I am very happy about. The Omega objective, the one that's staying to the end of the game, I have got 2 units standing on top of, and he has no way to get rid of.
I've got a lot of gas in the tank. If I can get enough damage out, this could be a really strong turn. All right, we're starting my turn. I'm gonna get 1 command point going for 1.
Nick's pulled Cleanse and Establish Locus.
Cleanse, do actions on objectives. Establish Locus, either do an action in the center or your deployment zone.
Oh, the Stealth Suit has failed Battle Shock.
This one matters a lot. I can't guide.
5 points on primary for Nick. It's 14 to 12.
Then we go into the move phase.
Ghost Keel moves big time Establish Locus deep.
And then I'll stay in combat with the broadside.
Colsar Commander moving. Vindicator overwatches 9 shots. 4 6s. Down goes the Cold Start Commander.
Oh, that really sucks.
Woo! All right, look at that.
Okay, well, at least the Overwatch is gone.
Farsight forward, jumping to the midboard objective.
And the Flamers that are 18 inches. The broadside stay where they are to get the heavy.
Vespid adjusting on the objective and falling back from the Eradicators. Skyrite shifts to get a better line of fire.
Yeah, these are hard choices. I don't like them. The Delphish is gonna fall back. Stealth Suit will move up into the shooting phase.
Shooting phase now, and the Ghost Keel will establish Locus for 4. Hammerhead annihilates that poor Eradicator. That is the definition of overkill. I bet there was a hole in him before he even realized he got hit.
Well, that's one use for a giant railgun. 2 railguns right here. They're gonna be guided by the Cadra Fireblade into your Vindicator. I'm also gonna fire the 1-shot secret missiles. Big giant railguns! Oh, frick. Oh, 2 1s. So I'm gonna spend this command point to reroll the 1 to try to get a 2. So hopefully I get another shot. I got 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. Man, only 2. What's with the 2?
6 up saves. Both of them go through.
D6 plus 1 with each one. So that is 11 damage.
It kills it on the nose, which is really unfortunate.
And then the extra missiles go fizzle.
Sky right now, 1 aggressor down.
We're gonna go next with this broadside. This broadside is gonna fire out of combat because it's a vehicle. Also has a war hero option to ignore all penalties to shoot, so it's gonna be shooting at full ballistic skill. It's gonna be guided by Farsight's unit over here to be firing into your heavy intercessors with all of its guns. It will ignore cover because these guys have a marker drone.
Okay, I'm gonna Armor of Contempt right now against the broadside.
That's a tough unit to chew through. Farsight's unit is gonna fire all their flamers into the heavy intercessors over there. I'm gonna use Farsight's ability to do a stratagem cheaper, and I'm gonna use experimental weapons. Reroll the number of shots. How many shots? Keep the 3s. I'm just gonna reroll the 1, which goes to 5. So winning you on 5s. That was not great. 6 is all force.
I lose a guy in a bit.
Then I've got 2 gun drones on that squad. No wounds, because he's 6, right?
Haha.
Then 2 plasma shots from Farsight, hits on 2s, hits them both, wounds them both, -3.
5s. Neither, so he killed 2 dudes.
So before we end the shooting phase, I am gonna cleanse with the Cadra Fireblade in the center here. Then we're gonna go into the charge phase, and Farsight is gonna charge.
Farsight now into the lone jump pack intercessor, and that is 1 dead JPI.
And with that, my turn is done.
Pretty solid turn for Nick. 2 points on Cleanse, 4 on Established Locus, takes him up to 20 points.
So it's quickly becoming apparent that Steve is gonna hold the Omega objective. How do I take that away from him? Remember, in this game, the objective markers slowly disappear 1 by 1 until you're left with 1.
Alrighty, so my turn 3.
Steve, oath of moment on Farsight's unit here. He's pulled Secure No Man's Land and Area Denial, both eminently passable.
The hard part of Area Denial is this objective is about to disappear.
Unfortunately, my secondaries are telling me, they're begging me to go for the middle.
Tor Garadon's unit passes Battle Shock. 5 points on primary. It's 20 to 17 for Nick.
Alrighty, here we go. So,
Aggressors moving to the midboard behind that building. They will not be able to be overwatched from the other side if they charge.
I gotta do so much work.
I think you have the tools to do it, unfortunately.
This unit of heavy intercessors are gonna advance. 1 whole inch feels great. Staying on the objective with those.
Everything else is remaining stationary. Oh boy. This is what Anvil Siege Force does.
No, move with them. I need to shoot them. I need to overwatch them.
Shooting phase now. Stealth suit is down. First Inceptor unit takes 3 wounds off the Devilfish, but loses a Marine to Hazardous. Second one takes it to 3 wounds remaining. Hazardous check okay. Ooh, heavy intercessors whiff hard into the Contra Fireblade.
Wow.
Alrighty. I save it.
Tor Garadon's unit is gonna split fire Tor Garadon into the broadside, and then all of the other intercessors into Farsight's unit. So Tor Garadon into the broadside on 2s. 2 hits on 2s. 2 AP -4s. Ignoring cover. See? Zoom in on my face. He dies.
Yep.
A horrible, horrible death.
Rest of the squad goes into Farsight's unit. That's a dead suit, 1 on 3 wounds left.
Yeah, so what we'll do then is I'll go to charges.
The aggressors are charging into both the Fireblade and Farsight's unit. So you need a 7 to get there. And you've saved that command point to reroll.
I did, because this is a very clutch play.
This is like 10 points to do it.
That's a 7.
Nice. You need to wipe this squad. I wish I could have overwatched you.
Oh, Garadon fails. Command reroll still fails.
Shouldn't have done that. Making dumb calls.
The 2-man Inceptors charging the Devilfish. They're in.
And then the 3-man does the same thing. We'll do our pile in.
Get them all in there.
Nick using reactive impact dampeners to try to negate the Oath of Moment, +1 a wound.
Bunch of rerolls. 8 AP -2s, all 2 damage apiece.
Ugh. I fail all 4. The suit unit is wiped. And then Farsight.
I mean, you could roll 4 1, 2s, and 3s and he dies.
He could die here. However, he lives. Takes 2 damage of 8, he goes down to 6, and he's angry. And then over here, he charged in. See if you can kill the Devilfish.
2 AP nothings.
Same both. Now I strike you back.
Only 1 aggressor down. Steve has secured no man's land for 5 and is discarding area denial for a command point. That puts him to 22 to Nick's 20. It is 2 points difference as we head to turn 4.
I'm gonna huddle around the Omega objective. I'm really gunning for those 15 primary points on turn 5.
This is a close game. I'm excited to see what happens in turn 4.
I don't know if he's got the gas in the tank to make it happen. All right, so beginning of this turn, Nick, we gotta ditch this.
This objective goes away. And I go to 1 command point.
Secondary missions, Sabotage, and Overwhelming Force.
Overwhelming Force is kill stuff on objectives. And then Sabotage is do actions in somewhere and get points depending where you do the actions.
Nick spends his command point on automated repair drones. That's gonna heal Farsight back up to full.
And then I score primary. This objective and this objective are now worth 8 points each. So this objective right here is gonna bring me 8 points on primary.
Pretty good.
28-22 his favor.
Moving on to the boom phase.
Ghost Keel moving to Sabotage in Steve's deployment zone.
That's gonna potentially give me 6 points if he's still there at the end of your next turn. So I think I need to start moving onto your objective. So unfortunately, the railguns, as much as I love shooting them, are gonna have to advance.
Broadsides advance 10 inches. Hammerhead moving for some shots here.
And then lastly, I'm gonna fall back with the Devilfish. Oh, I don't want to, but I have to.
The Contra Fireblade falls back.
Starting off the shooting phase, I'm going to guide the Hammerhead from the Skyray into the Heavy Intercessor Squad. It's gonna strip your cover. 1 big giant gun. Pew! It does hit because of being guided. It wounds at -5.
Ooh, Hammerhead annihilates a Heavy Intercessor. Farsight shooting his plasma rifle into the aggressors. A single model down.
And then I gotta get lucky with the Skyray, who's gonna fire into the 2-model Inceptor Squad in hopes of taking them off the objective to give me overwhelming force points. 3 giant shots, hits twice. I'm gonna use the reroll to hit here. So you can do it once per shoot, so he hits twice still. Wounding on 2s, wounds them both. 6s.
Fail them both.
D6 plus 1 damage with each one. First one does 5 damage. Second one does 4 damage. Kills them both. That is all of my shots. So we go to the charge phase. I'm not gonna charge anything. And you get to fight Farsight.
3s you're rolling. And then to wound on 3s we're rolling his twin legs.
4 ups. I feel them all.
Ooh, a command reroll here sees Commander Farsight down to 4 wounds left.
So Farsight then gets to strike you back. Hitting on 2s. All 4 hit. 3s wound you. All 4.
So I've passed 1. So the first guy lives. Second guy, he dies on the nose. And then the Biologis takes 2.
The aggressors are dead.
And that finishes my turn.
Nick has sabotage ongoing. He scores 3 for overwhelming force, takes him to 31 to Steve's 22. Nick's got no command points. Steve is sitting on 2.
Bottom of turn 4, okay.
Get a command point, going up to 1.
Yeah, I get up to 3 command points.
Steve choosing Oath of Moment on the Skyray here. He's pulled behind enemy lines and storm hostile objective. Discarding storm hostile objective with new orders. Nick spends his command point on automatic repair drones, takes Farsight back up to 7 wounds. Battleshocks, Tor Garadon fails, 8 points primary, and new orders sees extend battle lines join his secondary cards. It is 31-30 for Nick as we head to Steve's movement phase. Inceptor's jumping to get behind enemy lines. Garadon moves up.
The infiltrators are just running and hiding behind this wall, just so I can get my extend battle lines. All right, so shooting phase.
Apothecary Biologis shoots Farsight in the face.
Saves it.
Garadon's unit now takes 4 wounds off the Skyray.
You're down to 10.
Garadon charges the Devilfish. He's in.
Unfortunately, you got more guys on the objective now, which is what I didn't want.
Tor Garadon fights the Devilfish and rips this thing apart. 1 AP minus 4 for 4 damage.
So it goes right through. And does it explode? It does not explode. Bye, Devilfish!
Farsight into the Apothecary. Steve saves.
No way! Oh, that might have been the game right there.
Oh, the Biologis. I love him. I love you.
The Vespid are gonna jump back in this guy. Last thing that happens before we go into turn 5, the last turn of the game, is this objective disappears.
3 points on behind enemy lines for Steve, 5 on extend battle lines. That puts him up to 38. Nick's sabotage does go off, puts him to 37. It's a single point lead as we head to turn 5.
All right, I'm gonna desperately go for it.
No primary for Nick on turn 5, but he's pulled area denial and recover assets. Skyray moving towards the objective. The overcharging Inceptor's Overwatch. 1 dies to hazardous, but the Skyray's on 7 wounds.
The Cutter Fireblade is gonna move up. The Ghost Keel is gonna touch the objective marker, and then he's going to recover assets back there. The Vespid are gonna come back down, and they're gonna come back right here. And then in the shooting phase, the Ghost Keel is gonna recover assets. The Vespid are gonna recover assets. The Hammerhead is gonna recover assets. If they all 3 complete, at the end of your next turn, they get 6 points.
It is something. I've never seen that happen before.
Shooting phase, Farsight is going to shoot into the Biologis. He missed them both.
Farsight's last reduced stratagem cost for the command reroll here, and he's killed the Biologis. Broadsight's now 1 dead heavy intercessor to a railgun. Cadra Fireblade, grenades.
Killed the 1 heavy intercessor, and the character's down to 5 wounds remaining. Then the Skyray is gonna fire a line of sight shots into your infiltrators back there. His big giant missiles into the character right here. Infiltrators.
Here we go. 3 up. 6 up, feeling no pain. Good to go.
And then the 3 missiles into your character here. Wounds you twice. 8 damage.
So Tor Garadon dies to the missiles.
I take my Fireblade and declare a charge against your infiltrators.
Cadra Fireblade fails his charge. Infiltrators are charged by the Skyray. Skyray does nothing.
No.
Well, there's that.
And come on, face me, bro.
So on 3s you're rolling.
4 wounds remaining. That's my turn.
5 points on area denial takes Nick to 42. However, recover assets is ongoing. Steve sits at 38 points. If Steve can get that 15-point primary at the end of the game, he's gonna pull out the win. Here we go.
Come at me, bro.
Defend stronghold and establish locus. Excellent. The heavy intercessors back onto my home objective to just get more than enough OC so that I get the defense stronghold at the end of turn. But my Inceptors in the back there are going to establish locus for 4 points. I currently have the Omega objective with the Infiltrators.
The only hope I got is that for some reason the Skyrim managed to kill 3 guys in close combat.
I guess that's true. Actually, you know what? As you say those words, I will double the OC of all my guys on that objective.
That is going to double the objective control on the Infiltrators.
They have 2 wounds apiece. There's no way you can kill them.
And the game is Steve's.
You win the game, Steve. Well done.
That's going to put our final score to 70-58 in favor of Steve. Congrats on your victory, Steve, and great effort, Nick. That was a lot of fun to watch.
What a close game.
It was snug, man.
That was fun. I'm glad to see the Imperial Fists taking a win.
Thank you so much for all of you out there in Play on Tabletop land, all of our patron supporters. You help keep the lights on here. And thank you to Nick. He's been a fantastic opponent. Tau are brutal. This is nuts. We had a real gunfight and it was a blast. Malls here at Play on Tabletop. Play on.
Big thanks to this episode's sponsor, GameMat.eu. Make sure to go to GameMat.eu and check out their Gboard and Gboard Ultra, or follow the link in the description below. Let them build the next battlefield of your dreams. As always, a great big thank you to you for watching. If you like what we do, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases, as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. Well, that's it for all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grim, dark universe, play on.